One of the core ideas of Alonso's Real Madrid is to attack against opposition momentum. This wonderful sequence starts with Real Madrid playing in a back four system with Tchouameni as the sole pivot. The three other midfielders are moving into free spaces to circulate the ball. The attacking midfielder becomes the relay option to switch play. The shape is a bit narrow as there is no wide winger. Alonso doesn't demand constant width. He just wants to have maximum passing options in midfield. Midfielders move with freedom to occupy free spaces, and Madrid is opting for slow and rhythmic circulation. After a couple of passes, they switched sides and came back to the same area again. Now things get interesting. Here Gule drops to push the right back wide. As he received the ball, he has four potential progressive options. Among the four, the attacking midfielder is the most advanced one, as both of the forwards are still on the far side. So Bellingham is staying central to be that depth provider. The opposition has left a large gap between the lines, and Madrid has Valverde operating in those areas. As Guler and Trent played a couple of passes, Madrid used the dropping movement of Valverde to destabilize the opposition backline. One centre back will be drawn by Valverde, while Bellingham pins the other defender. So the gap is open and is being exploited by the defensive midfielder. Alonso isn't restricting players to their positions. Rather, a deep midfielder like Tchouameni is allowed to decide as per the situation. He destroyed the backline and Madrid can attack the box with four players. What started as a boring circulation of the ball ended up as a potential goal scoring situation, and it's all due to their constant passing, helped by brilliant movement around the ball to slowly open up gaps in a compact block. This is a very basic example of exploiting the opposition's forward momentum to attack the space behind. Here, the same idea created one of their goals. This time, the right back is staying inside to create a temporary back three. The pivot is the reference point in the middle, while two midfielders are on either side of him as the half space option. The width on the ball side is again very minimal. The attacking midfielder is high and is eagerly making runs to offer progressive options and push the backline deep. Instead of trying to create something using the flanks, Madrid deliberately plays into the central traffic. Tchouameni becomes the free man behind the first line, and he has three potential options. Here Bellingham's run was key in pushing the backline a bit deep, and this means the distance from the midfield line has increased, opening up some space between the lines. So Valverde attacks that space, and now the opposition's midfield line is bypassed. Basically, both passes were line breakers. At first, Alonso created a back three to have that particular diagonal angle open to find his pivot by breaking the first line. Then Madrid used the run of the attacking midfielder to create space, and Valverde moved against this Marquez momentum to receive behind the midfield line. This is exactly how good teams exploit opposition momentum. As they couldn't penetrate further, the ball was played wide. After a few passes, Madrid is still maintaining that central threat by three physical players against the backline. With opposing movements from two midfielders, the backline was stretched in both directions. Both ends of the four-man backline is dragged in opposite direction, and it made the central target man free to score the goal. It looks like a usual ball, but the pathway to the goal gives clear indications of Madrid's attacking intentions under Alonso. This sequence shows how circulation creates attack against opposition momentum. Here Valverde is actually in a free space between the lines, but he can't be accessed due to the midfield block in front. As the ball was moved, he tries to offer an option, but the opposition momentum is aligned with his movement. As he moves to his left, the midfield in front of him is matching the same move, so the access is denied. As the ball was switched, he drifted to maintain that diagonal lane, but still the opposition is matching the momentum of his movement. Again the ball is played back. Now see how much space is created between the lines. This is because two center midfielders is tracking the midfield line high. And the second reason is the double striker positioning, who are pushing the back lane deep. There is no one to follow Valverde. The ball is shifted to the left and he maintains the position between the lines. Still there is no progression route for Madrid, and it seems they are again switching sides and the opposition is reorienting their shape to shift their block. This reorientation phase is what a good attacking team will exploit. See how Valverde recognized the space and started moving against the momentum of two midfielders ahead of him. It's a very simple movement and the midfielders are unable to intercept the pass, resulting in Madrid breaking the whole midfield block. All of a sudden, Madrid can attack the final third. I am not saying it's any rocket science, but I just want to point out those subtle intentions. I think the biggest change introduced by Alonso is the game rhythm. No Madrid midfielders know how to control the tempo for certain periods. This will give some rest for players and also push the opposition into a passive state. Then the tempo can be increased quickly to surprise a passively defending opposition block. So it isn't monotonously paced attacks, but a constantly changing one.